Greetings, salutations. What is the good word? Be Weezy, my God Gone DG, Crypto Pendu, Doc Lover. You already know, sir. You already know. You already know. Why not? Be ready for the next. The sunlight sacrifice. Hey, you know what? Bet. Great idea. See? Brilliant minds think alike. Sunlight. Sunlight sacrifice, folks. Sunlight sacrifice, y'all. Bear with me. Can't really build with y'all in the chat, but it's always best wishes and positive vibes and energy to the enlightened, good heart and good natured viewers, my supporters. I appreciate y'all. My viewers, y'all. If you watch, I find that as a good thing, and that you're a supporter. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. But what I should do, I'm gonna do something though. I want to do something. I'm not in front of my PC. Yeah, right. Nah, you didn't miss it, man. Yo, the pre-sale. This is see. You know, people are destined for what they face. You didn't miss it. You know, we have no expectations of when it's gonna launch or when it's gonna be public. You know, but you didn't miss it. Sunlight sacrifice. That's what we doing, man. That's what the whole thing is gonna be changed. I should change the entire title, the title of the whole. That's what I should do, actually, to be honest with y'all. To be 100, you know. Let me see something here, though. Just bear with me. Yep. So yeah, sometimes, most of the time when I stream, I really don't. What's up, Ladani? I'm always good. He said, well, there you go. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sunlight, that's a. Somebody gonna run with it because that's all that happens in crypto. Folks copy. You're right. Duplication is a thing. People copy something else, copy something else. That's what they do. That's what they do, folks. Originality. Everybody's been copying since Bitcoin. So let's just put that out there. There's nothing new under the sun. Westcott Crypto checking in. If y'all don't know, get familiar with Westcott. One half of the, 1/3 of the Pulse Nation Collective. Subscribe to his channel. Every time he talks about Hex, they attack him. You know what I mean? I talk about Hex, they attack me. Crazy. It's crazy, man. For real. More Hex in the building. I see y'all. But I'm in motion right now, so it's hard for me to but big up to all y'all, man. Right? Facts. Don't get caught in the dark. Get some sunlight. This is what we do. Listen, man. Listen, man. You turn the light on in a room that's infested with vermin or roaches. What do? They scatter. A lot of light needs to be shed in this DeFi thing, man. In this community. These people are wilding. More Hex. What's up? These people are wilding out here, man. Like, yo, I might just start from the beginning and move, work my way back, or jump around, right? I did a stream yesterday, and I did a blog touching on this same type of topic. These sacrifice joints. Like these folks, man. Yo, Maddie, you've been an example to the community by creating events consistently for years, man. Like creating streams, creating a platform to encourage consistent streams by people in the community who are also interested to create content with you, bruh. With you on a regular basis. I came in 3 years ago. I caught one of the first consistent shows I caught was Quant Gang. Three years ago, yo. Used to see a gentleman, I think he was a developer, I think he's from Australia, on that show. Used to see Wales on that show. Used to see Kareem on that show. Hours on end. See, this was a thing where I just came in and I'm watching what's out there. But these guys on a regular weekly, what was it, like Tuesday night? Tuesday night on the regular, consistent show, consistent. Might have lasted maybe a year. I was like, oh man, I can't front on this. These guys are committed. Hours long. Like whenever it would start, 8, 9 p.m. my time, like Eastern Standard, the thing would just go well past midnight. Dudes are building and building. Sometimes they would even argue, disagree and all that. Like, wow. Very entertaining. At a time when 21 was the bull market. So people were excited, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it was your channel, Maddie. You know, it was your channel. It was your channel. See, I have to say certain things because my last previous streams, people don't know who you're talking about. It's not about putting people on blast. It's about acknowledging, connecting. When people want to talk about context, this is what this is. It's what it is. I'm not going to go into specific incidents that took place and certain things. No, I'm talking about the consistent work, the consistent effort, contributions, right? These are things I need to point out. Built a following from the consistent work. See, I can't speak about how you got into the community because I wasn't present there. I wasn't active. I can't speak about how you used to once be on Discourse Syndicate. I can't talk about that. I could only talk about from my perspective up to now. Quant Gang dissolves. Created another consistent stream and panel. Consistently working through what was going on, what it became, something else like Game Theory, something. Game Theory, I stopped watching though, not because of whatever, it's because, you know, whatever, things have changed or whatever, Game Theory, but you still have some panelists consistent, doing the work, pushing the narrative, pushing the stories, stuff and stuff. You got into a bunch of controversy though, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. Got into a bunch of controversy along the way. I've seen it, like crazy stuff too. People were just like going at you for different reasons. But you know, you kept doing the work. Amidst doing all this streaming, consistent weekly stuff. I noticed you just also being an organizer and planning like online conferences. Yo. Many people haven't done that, right? Many people aren't doing that. They're not doing that. People are not doing conferences, right? You took an opportunity, you did that. Can't take anything away from that. Not only 1 year, not only 2 years, not only like just one event in a year, you did multiple events within a year, at least 2 per year. Yo, hats off. Did another event where you had the most streamers in the community online, live. I think it broke a record. In other words, all this work you've done helped you. And not only that, not only the streams, right? In addition to the streams, you know, the Quant Gang of old, Game Theory, you did your own solo dolo live stuff talking about sudden wealth syndrome, teaching people. It seemed like you have some type of psychology background and some to that effect. So you helping people understand certain things and deal with, you know, the pressures that come with money, coming into an abundance of money thanks to Hex, etc., etc. I've also made it seem, you also made it clear on Twitter, there's clips going around of how you have said you retired. All right, cool. So that's like, hey, all of these things validate your reputation, right? Leader, thought leader. I've heard these terms over the years, not particularly, just in general. Thought leaders, people on position, right? Have a following. You're endeared. It's cool. Done a bunch of different things. Many I can't even speak about right now. You launched Some Time Pays Me, right? Allow people to use that towards delaying their gratification. You adding to the fold. You created a front end of your own for Hex. Did a lot, much more than me. I mean, for real. Tip my hat. All that, much more, did a lot. Very active. You can say you the face. You also one of the many faces of the community. Sure, I get all that. And then fast forward to now. I don't know. It just came across my desk that people are very upset with you. There's some folks are very upset. You're issuing a sacrifice. You just launched a sacrifice. Freedom to sign, and then okay, it's cool. Minimum $500, something. $500, something. Okay, cool. But then you got a lot of feedback, a lot of criticism, but you got to break it down, though. You got to understand where the feedback is coming from. Some people are trolls. They're just antagonizers just for the sake of being people who disturb. They just want to they're unsettled. They just want to create drama for the sake of creating drama. But then you got other issues where, wait a minute. What's this about? Because you framed everything as if, like, this whole thing with the sacrifice, like, I'm doing something that's as close to crypto as what crypto is made to be, and what it's about, and why crypto exists. And this is another aspect of functionality relating to how we can freely use our crypto by signing and doing this and doing that, whatever, right? Okay. If you're not doing that, that means it suggests and implies that you're not for crypto. You're not about crypto. You mentioned something like, because I caught your stream, because I need to see what folks are talking about. You mentioned something about if people can't afford 500, then they need to evaluate them even participating in crypto altogether. Then you also mentioned you can put in as little as $1. I mean, what are we doing? All with the whole idea and understanding of no expectations, no promises. No promises, but you when you sacrifice, the sacrifice amount will equate to points. So this is something that Richard introduced into the whole crypto thing that I see you're following suit, and just like many other people have done it too. I'm not sure if it's worked out well for many of the other sacrifice founders and everybody else, right? We just finished passing through the 4th Bitcoin halving, gearing up for the next raging bull market. Some say we're in the bull market now. Some say we're still in the bear, whatever. And for a person like yourself to to mention this whole thing right now. It's a little bit unsettling because, again, we see Richards fighting the Alphabet Agency, the three-headed monster, going toe-to-toe with them. There's this movement taking place where people want to corral and get together in the late October to offer support to RH with this case in court. We got different things going on. People are upset. The community's beyond fragmented. Folks are still pissed off about E-Hex versus P-Hex. There's a lot of stuff going on. Meme community versus RH Maxis versus whomever. All these problems. All these things. And to throw in a sacrifice. See, the thing is, people are free to do whatever they want. People can do whatever they want. You take the good with the bad and everything in between. Of course. But you also got to be prepared for the critique. And the critique and the feedback and the resistance doesn't necessarily have to come from a place of negativity. It doesn't have to come from a place of people going against building. That narrative that y'all like to exalt and praise and throw out there all the time, where people are against builders, which is nonsense because you can't stop anybody from building anything. A builder who's worried about how they're going to be received or perceived in a blockchain crypto community is a builder who lacks confidence within themselves, who has no faith in the work that they can do, they can bring, and they can create. So that's nonsense. That's just propaganda to me. I can create a sacrifice called Sunlight Sacrifice. Shout out to the community. Shout out to the people here who put that out there, even out of jest. Moonlight Sacrifice. And what I'm going to do with Sunlight Sacrifice is support freedom to tie my shoelaces. Or support, forget about that, support freedom to send a transaction in a wallet, on a smart contract. And by doing that, I am affirming, and by allowing you all to participate, we are affirming our relevance, our presence, our power within the crypto space to show what? To show the legacy central banksters and government tyrants all across federal banksters, all across the world, that we exist. And I'm going to ask you to understand that there's nothing that you should get back in return, but there's value that's being sent to those wallets, to that wallet. It's not about, what make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's why people are questioning a lot of things. Like, that's why folks are questioning so much right now in this space. Many of us have heard that these people who were fortunate enough to see millions printed for them by way of Hex have since lived, retired, right? And then when you see moments where there's people doing crowdfunding, people doing sacrifices, and these things of that nature, makes you question, well, folks who are watching you, been supporting you, the whole time, like wondering what's going on. Those are fair questions, right? Because we could easily say, oh, you, what are you doing for the community? You're not doing anything. You're just talking. You're not a builder. What are you building? Right? Could easily say that. But the sacrifice that you're announcing, who are you announcing the sacrifice to? Are you announcing it to anyone who's in the Solana community? Are you announcing to anyone who deals with Avalanche, Arbitrum, hell, even XRP, Litecoin, Ethereum? You're announcing, making these no. You're on your platform, just like this platform right here. The heads that are watching me, been watching me for years. This is not going towards the Tron community. This is not going to Stellar Lumens, Hedera Hash Graph, Optimism. This is not going to those communities. I'm talking to people who've been rocking with me for years. And newcomers alike, welcome. The same like y'all. You community heads and talking personalities that have been become self-proclaimed leaders and representatives are talking to the same people that have been supporting, same people that have been listening, same people that have been buying into whatever you might be selling the whole time. So when folks are saying, when you're these attempts that they're doing to show what crypto is really about and this and that, well, crypto is not just singular to Pulse Chain. Crypto should be, just what, the entire market, right? What efforts are being made to reach out to the entire space? What? No, it's just you utilizing your platform that you rent on YouTube. Might utilize X, formerly known as Twitter, create a spaces or jump on someone's panel. I don't, and you talking to the same people who've been following me. I don't see you jumping on any other crypto YouTubers streams or any personality on X that touches on social issues, political issues, entertainment, sports, none of that. But it's, if you don't support, you get a feeble "it's okay," because it's easy to say if it's okay if you don't support the sacrifice, but then get a backhanded slap or a backhanded compliment by saying you shouldn't even be in crypto if you're not going to support something that's validating the pure core principles of crypto within the sacrifice. It's the double talking that's just off-putting. You know what I mean? But it's freedom. It's decentralized. You can't stop people you can't stop people from doing what they do. You can't stop people from critically thinking either. How's that work? So I'm gonna take time out because this is what you do. Like if you supporting that, right? Because people have already, the wallet address has been put out there, and there's a ton of crypto already over there, right? There is money up top. It is what it is. But this is what this means, right? For a person, you're in the space, you're in the community, you're doing what you're doing, you're preparing for the next bull run, this and that, and this. You've been dollar cost averaging, positioning yourself properly to win. Well, here comes a distraction. Instead of consistently following your plan, you're now distracted and you veer off and you donate to a cause. And who knows, that donation that you gave away with no expectations, promises of nothing, because you don't want any type of legal scrutiny from the three-headed boogeyman or woman, pronouns. You don't know if even that contribution could have made a difference in your crypto life. Focusing on what you've been focusing on. Like, people are weird, you know. Folks have their strategies on how, when they're launching coins, you know, they huddle, devise a plan. They'll tell the world in public that they have a whale on their team that's benevolent, that's gonna provide the liquidity. Provide the liquidity for the launch, because the whale is benevolent and doesn't want to see people hurt. So we should all be so fortunate. I don't get it. So I'm gonna believe it was hard enough to deal with ultimately having to trust somebody who had no track record of anything successful in crypto. It's hard enough already to do that. That's like the purest gamble in the sense of gambling. You're taking a chance. But then when things work out 10,000x later, or layer one later, albeit it's a fork of Ethereum, first smart contract blockchain in the world, post-chain copy of Ethereum, fork, native state, whatever technical term you want to call it, got a DEX to accompany it, however they did it, fork a sushi swap, mushi swap, no diddy swap, pancakes, who cares? It's here. It's here. But now we have to give everybody else a chance by diluting our finite monetary energy into this coin, that coin, this donation, this sacrifice, that and this, that. I mean, come on, man. When people get bored, it seems like there's just a lot of boredom, like among these people that say they're retired and well off, and they're just bored to death. They don't know what to do, man. Like, I don't understand it. If you've done and created good work, focus on continuously creating good work without having to just like place yourself in a position to be questioned in a way where it's unnecessary. Because money brings the worst out of people. When you're asking for money, oh man, come on now. Come on now. When you use the quote unquote good work that you've done as leverage to support your sacrifice idea, makes me question a lot of, like, you know, it's like, see, there's another one. I thought this guy was different, right? I thought these people were different. I thought wrong. You know what I mean? I was wrong. I just was wrong. And it is what it is. I'm not disappointed. I have no expectations. You know? But it's just amazing to me. Like people can't even ask why. People can't even ask questions. If you ask why you launching a sacrifice, that's a problem. And it's a problem based on how you respond. You give a snarky response. Well, if you don't like what's going on, get out. Hey, it is what it is, man. It shows me, you know, it shows me where people are at with it, man. Like, for real. It shows me where people are at with it. You don't know the story. You don't know, like, it's like everyone has their own journey, right? They're going through something. Everyone's going through something in life. You don't know where people are at whatever points they're living. You don't know what folks are going through, especially for many people that don't really are still trying to get to understand what this delayed gratification, the whole idea of hodling is all about. Hodling is something that's very difficult to do. Very difficult. People are dealing with addictions. They're dealing with gambling problems. They're dealing with lack of self-esteem, self-worth. Their self-image is poor. If it wasn't for money, people would there would be there's no validation for some individuals. That's why oftentimes you see people say in this community itself, when people raise questions, what's the retort that you hear all the time? I got more money than you. You're broke. So, in other words, people have their own weight to carry. In crypto, the fantasy, real life doesn't go away. Crypto creates a space where people can be lost in their own fantasy and dreams and make believe. Like, real life doesn't disappear, doesn't disintegrate. When you leave these devices, you still have to get back into your normal, regular, everyday life. You unplug yourself from this internet matrix, you back in the real world. You have to pay bills. You have to deal with all types of situations, normal life activities. And everything costs money. Everything costs money. And you're dealing with a space in crypto where it's the most volatile asset class known to man. And you're trying to navigate through this complicated space as simple as you can to understand all the mechanics, because this is a learning curve. Those of us who are here, who've been here, we're ahead of the curve by leaps and bounds compared to 8 billion other people on this planet. And to be given more distractions, dealing with all that and more, you're dealing with the nature of a bear market. People thought that they would see 10,000x in 24 hours. They've been butthurt for the better part of 11 months since Pulse Chain launched. Upset, gave up, emotional, struggling with all types of issues. And people, this is the best time out of all times to introduce a sacrifice phase. When people are crying, people are bitching. Some are not crying, right? Some are not crying, but they're fighting. It's just something so drama filled. And it's now that you want to introduce us. Hey, I think if you try to follow RH, why don't you issue a sacrifice when the bull market is raging? Because that's what he did back in 21, if you remember. Like, some folks, I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, right? I'm not, I can't break down the Higgs boson particle and all types of whatever. I'm not that guy. No, not at all. Ordinary, simple person. And what the people did Once they tagged on and they saw, oh, yo, sacrifice, of course, the sentiments was all positive. Everyone, it was high. We talking July 2021. Hex didn't even reach his ATH at that point. Everything was soaring. Oh, you want sacrifice? Let me give you my money. That's how the energy was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The whole 6 months up until the end of the year, even though, you know, the all-time high drop for Hex, you know, towards the end of the year. No, that the remaining 6 months of 2021, it was all about, here, take my money. Liquid Loans had a sacrifice. They raised 50 mil. Yo, because, yo, they struck while the iron was hot. Here you go. What's hot right now? Besides, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as sentiment. People are just DCAing. They're just waiting, being patient. All this and that, delayed gratification, da. Oh, but by the way, amidst all that, sacrifice. So we launched the sacrifice, you know, this and that. Why don't you do this? Because this will just, you know, show that you support. You're a real crypto cypherpunk. Oh, you know, you're close to what crypto. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. You know? A year from now, God willing, everything is booming like it should be. Booming like it was booming in 2021, even better. This time in 2021, everything was booming. Do the research. The charts could reflect. It was the beginning of the boom, boom, boom. 2021. This time, 2021, oh my goodness. And it didn't boom, 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 boom yet. It was just the beginning. So I envision possibly, maybe, who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe this time next year, have a different conversation. Then if you issue a sacrifice, you might get, you know, a higher percentage favorable results. Might add a couple more zeros to the numbers you already collected right now. Who knows? People will be more happy. Folks are in the dark because they created their own darkness by being miserable, by being in a state of confusion, by allowing talking heads to dictate what they should do with their own money. Instead of using the information, making their own decisions, and being good with that. Like, I thought a lot of y'all that became self-proclaimed leaders in this community, I thought y'all were different for the better. But I was so wrong. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But my goodness, y'all. Can you make it that any much more obvious? Some of us can think. Some of us can see. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Look, man. Again, like for me, I'm a spiritual person. I'm a man of prayer. I'm human. That's why sometimes you find me cursing up a storm. Who cares? Because I'm a work in progress. But I'll always pray and hope. And a lot of y'all are so immature because crypto, you know, injects a lot of comedy into money. I don't know, something about this space. I'm from a different generation, right? A lot of you young people don't respect elders. You don't respect folks who have more experience in life. That's not going to fare very well for you. Not just in crypto, but in general, you know. One hand washes the other, both wash the face. We understand, those of us who are a certain age, right? We understand what it was like to be at your age, much younger. You don't understand what it's like to be our age yet, if you're fortunate enough to see our ages. Some of us have acquired some information along the lines of the journeys of our lives. Information that taught us to avoid certain issues and difficulties and challenges that life brings. When we impart certain information, I see it's not well received by these people. It's not well received by the young demographic, and not in a general sense, but there's certain people that y'all exalt as doing great things for the community. They don't respect elders like that, not at all. And what's crazy is you have elders in your collective that let those things rock. Like no one checks y'all. So it makes me think that, it's like some people, you could be of a certain age, but your mentality is maybe 20 years younger than what you are supposed to be chronologically as far as age. And it's clear that most people don't care. Most people don't care. They don't know the value in practicing patience. In fact, what's celebrated is impatience. What's celebrated is greed, selfish. Get to the bag today, every day, right now. At all costs. What's celebrated is leverage trading. What's celebrated is, lending, trading. Everything opposite of what can help you see some success for years to come. And when someone has figured it out and is trying to impart that to the world, and is shot down by some individuals who are young, who can't really see the big picture and think that they can because they feel invincible because of their youth and their age, life has a funny way to show how limited we really are. Just like where I'm at right now, the sun is shining. Yesterday or the day before that, the skies were gray. Torrential downpour. At night, it was freezing cold, all these things. In other words, we're going through whatever we're going through in this market, bear market, whatever. People are going there, they're hurting for whatever reasons. Folks are hurting. You should not be hurting. Should not be hurting in the bear. Shouldn't be hurting, but many people are hurting and crying and are in complete desperation. Instead of taking those moments to learn to not ever experience those levels of desperation, they continue. But they don't prepare properly. They don't prepare to when the sky's clear. They don't prepare to when the bear goes back and hibernates and the bull arrives. They don't prepare for these things. Just like the sky's clear and the sun shines through. The sun shines through. When it was cloudy and rainy, you had to wear proper equipment. I had my umbrella, my raincoat, etc. Whatever shoes, keep myself dry if I got to be out in the elements. If I got to be out in the bear market, I have to deal with everything the bear market brings. Opportunity for me to buy what I love at a fraction of a fraction, at a discount. So when the sunlight shines through again, man, Man, the flowers that's gonna be growing from my wallets, boy, produce nothing but yield after yield after yield. It's gonna be fire. But these things are not celebrated among the masses. Why? I don't know. Only thing I could reduce all this to, people don't want you to win. I want you to win, though. That's why I've been consistent in my messaging the whole time I've been creating content. But that's just me. I'm not perfect. I just don't want to see people unnecessarily lose. That's just me. Folks are going to consistently ask you to give them what you have. I don't care if the intentions are pure. You know what I'm saying? The road to hell was paved with good intentions. I don't care. Don't tell me about nothing. Not in such a crucial, weird, crucial time. Because at some point, these prices are going to leave us. Those of us who are not involved, I put myself in that category. Well, I'm not involved. I am involved. But these prices that we are at right now are going to leave, and they're not going to go down. They're going to surpass us. Because this is what history has shown us. From the past to the present, Bitcoin was once a penny. Ethereum was once, 30 cents, 15 cents, whatever. And today, that's not the case. What do you think is going to happen with these coins right here, with this chain right here? You know, if you're not careful, you're going to miss the part, you're going to miss the boat, and won't be able to reclaim because you've just been given sacrifice here, sacrifice. You've been giving money left and right because you call yourself trying to participate, but then your future self suffers in the process. For what? Because whatever you sacrifice it for, they told you no expectations. But only one person did that and produced something that allowed people. Look, when you talk about RH, how he said he's the giving tree, I'm inclined to believe like he's not lying at all. And it's 100%. Yeah, he's the giving tree for real. Like he did some things that people are taking complete, absolute advantage of right now. Right now, folks are money grabbing left and right, grifting left and right, fleecing left and right. They by default. And I'm not saying that that's what he planned on doing. This is what he said. Imagine all the scams that's going to be on the chain when it comes out, man. There's coins that people didn't believe were going to have any value, went up thousands of, my goodness. My goodness. Hey. Shout out to the chat. Peace and blessings to the chat. Yo, I gotta go. I couldn't really pay attention to the chat because I'm on the move. But I appreciate everybody's support. Take care. Be vigilant, folks. Be vigilant, folks. As long as you make a decision that works for you, however you do it, I don't care. Listen, I talk about what I talk about because I like to talk about what I talk about. There's no judgment. I just don't, if you a scammer, stay the hell away from me and everything I'm doing. You know what I mean? I've been like that for the whole time been in crypto. You a grifter, kick rocks with no shoes on. You do what you do that helps people, salute. But I know what I like and what I talk about is going to be that. Until then, peace.